Good evening and welcome to Central Cambria High School for tonight's District 6 Boys Class 2A Basketball Championship here on High Top Sports Network, presented exclusively by Black Bull Saloon, where the meat meets the grill. Tonight, myself, Joe Rhodes, Doug Flanders, Josh Schreckengoss, bringing you the action here between the West Shamokin Wolves and the Portage Mustangs. About a minute until tip-off. In the meantime, we're going to pause for the national anthem and the starting lineups presented by B&E Powder Solutions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's PIAA District 6 AA Boys Basketball Championship between the visiting Portage Mustangs and the West Shamokin Wolves. Before we introduce the starting lineups, will you please rise for the playing of the national anthem? Senior forward number one, Preston Rainey. Senior guard number 3, Peyton Zatek. Junior forward number 4, Caden Clark. And senior forward number 13, Dimitri Miller. The Mustangs are coached by Travis Marco and assisted by Joe Zago and James Zatek. And Wolves, senior guard number 14, Jack McCullough. Senior forward number 22, Isaac Olinger. Senior forward, Smolik. Junior guard number 1, Bo Swartz. And junior guard number 12, Trevor Smolik. The Wolves are coached by Joe McCullough and
Portage Mustangs, it'll be Preston Rainey, Kobe Cargo, Peyton Zatek, Caden Clark, and Dimitri Miller. As for the West Shamokin Wolves, it will be Jack McCullough, Isaac Olinger, and Justin Smolik. Wolves in the white, Portage in here on this District 6 Championship matchup on High Top Sports Network, again presented by Black Bull Saloon, where the meat meets the grill. Taking the tip, Miller and Smolik. The Wolves gather. Jack McCullough gets at the Bo Swartz, and we are underway here in this District 6 Championship matchup in the 2A. The hands of Smolik, picked up by Rainey, poked away, out of bounds. What a hustle play there by Isaac Olinger after.
By Portage starting out. Looks like they're up in the face of West Shamokin.
Bo Swartz will get here, 7:42 Devils. Same venue that the West Shamokin girls volleyball team won a District 6 championship back in the fall. So some good juju in this building. Sean McCullough for 3, no good, rattles out, rebound.
Online.
Wolves looking to trap there.
Wolves in a zone to start out. 2-3.
And Doug, you and I saw this in their victory. A lot of switching up the defense. It looks like that'll be the case again here tonight.
Yeah, Shamokin starting zone at the beginning of the game, much like they did in the semis.
Portage running a high-low look here. Somebody outside, shot up by Clark. Rattles around, no good. Swartz with the rebound. He's going to try to get out and push the tempo. Instead, he pulls it out. Good. 2-0 West Shamokin here after Isaac Ollinger receives a pass from Trevor Smolik and puts it in.
Able to bank it in.
Here's a little runner there. Well defended by the Wolves on the baseline. Converging on Clark. They get the rebound. They have numbers. Clark still coming back into play. Swartz kicks it.
Offensive.
Yeah, offensive foul there. So ball back to Portage here in this tightly contested first minute and a half here in this District 6 championship matchup.
Both teams well coached. They're going to step in and take that charge.
Here's Peyton Zatek with it. For any of the fans out there who follow West Shamokin, you probably are wondering if that's Elderton out in the court. No, it's not. It is Portage.
The Bobcats, long defunct.
Portage out of West Pac Conference.
Wolves zone defense moving quite quickly. Portage has got a couple shots from range off, but not a lot of space when doing so. Trying to dribble.
Oh, steps.
And it's going to be over and back regardless. Ball back to West Shamokin. So defense, the story here early on. And left block.
Man-to-man on the inbound here.
Off to his brother, Trevor. He's going to look to drive left hand. Stops. Gets it out to the corner. Good defense by Portage.
Portage physic on that post.
Kicks it out. Trevor Smolik thinks about the three. Gets to the corner. Extra pass. Jack McCall, little runner up off the glass. High off of it. No good. Rebounded by Portage. Pass forward. This is the newly entered. So nothing doing here for Portage, being left off the scoreboard nearly 3 minutes into this ball game.
Only 2-0 right now. A lot of good defense played out here.
Trevor Smolik, his first three of the game, long on that one. Rebounded quickly by Mason Cargo, and a foul against Isaac Ollinger.
And that's two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the scoreboard finally updating for West Shamokin as a result. So something to watch for here early on. Isaac Ollinger with 2 fouls. Here's a drive, stop, pop, shot up by Clark, and good. Caden Clark, the shooting guard, the junior, able to tie this one up at 2 apiece.
It took a while for the Mustangs to get that first bucket.
Dump inside, give
nice
and go,
pass.
up. The cutting Spencer receiving the pass, going up with it, and good. He'll go to the line and shoot one.
He's really stepped it up here in the postseason.
So far, I'm noticing Portage using a lot of substitutions. Shot good by Spencer. Wolves back up 5-2. 4:27 left, first quarter of play.
Press, and once again, Portage breaking that with no problem.
Spin dribble, pulling that one back out was Preston Rainey. Rainey, he's going to get the shot up. No good, rebounded by Spencer. The Wolves defense continuing to swarm the Portage offense. Smolik shot fake. Good defense there by Rainey. Dump inside, stolen away. Trying to get it into Smolik was Jack McCullough, going the other way now. His number 4, Caden Clark, gets his elbows up, taking it McCullough, but the charge call.
That was a great play by Jack, stepping in there and drawing that charge. I mean, the Portage kid, he put his head down. He was coming all the way at him.
And a timeout here. Portage 2 here on High Top Sports Network on this presentation, sponsored by Black Bull Saloon, where the media who helped make this possible, one of which is B&E Powder Solutions Incorporated, with locations in Shamokin, Roaring Spring. B&E Powder Solutions and Containment Systems, and has proudly partnered with Hearth to provide their clients with plenty of financing options. See your personalized monthly pay options within minutes without affecting your credit score. There are no prepayment penalties, and no home equity is required. Just fill out the form on their website. Call Jason Elkin at 724-840-5204.
Long media timeouts here in this championship game. Definitely a lot longer than...
Both teams back out on the court. Low scoring first half of the first quarter. 3:49 left here. Basketball, as Doug mentioned a moment ago, Jack McCullough able to draw a charge.
Yeah, I was wondering how West Shamokin would be able to shoot being away from their gym.
That's a great point. We've really six runner, no good there by Jack McCall. Loose ball picked up by number 23, Andrew Miko, the sophomore. He gets the ball forward. Here's Rainey with it. He's getting Rainey, the senior, trying to make sure that this is not his last game, bringing the Mustangs within a point. Fonser with it, gets it in the corner to Bo Swartz, dump inside to Olinger. He has 2 fouls. He goes up off the glass and no good, falling over the defender. Portage comes up with good, and Portage takes its first lead of the game with that basket. They now lead 6-5.
Officials are definitely letting these teams play today, though. I don't think we're going to have a foul shooting contest in this one.
2 fouls for both teams. Each, I should say. Jack McCullough spin dribble, trying to get in the lane, gets it to Bohaney. Little run here by Portage, looking to add to it right now, getting through traffic and going up with it, and good is number 2, Mason Cargo, and that will draw a timeout by West Shamokin.
6-0 run by Portage.
Full timeout taken by West Shamokin head coach Judd McCullough. Right.
All of you for tuning in on High Top Sports Network on this Black Bull Saloon game night. District 6 championship matchup, 2A Mustangs. Speaking of Black Bull, I could go for a steak right now.
Oh my goodness, we should have eaten before we came.
We're just bombarded with beautiful pictures of various kinds of steaks, so not the thing to do before covering a basketball game.
No, and you know, it's massively hungrier.
So I want to say thanks to Jim and the folks over at Black Bull and all those that might be tuning in at Black Bull this evening. Thank you for flying. Tough here when you start climbing into the mountains of
the Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, the Laurel Highlands. Service not always a premium here, so we're off a hot spot. Hopefully a good box out there by number 23, Miko, making his presence felt here in the early going. Here Miko's going to get it back. Go up. Blocked away by Trevor.
Other end, no call.
Let the Obi Cargo inbounds it here. Gets it in to Caden Clark. Clark reverses it. Open shot put up by Cargo. No good. Rebounded by Trevor Smolik. This is Clark because those threes just backing the Wolves at this given time. Gets it back to Eric Spencer.
Aggressive man-to-man defense by Portage. Charge.
And does not want to have to be without.
Shamokin extending that press now.
With it, comes to a jump stop, reverses. Wolves staying in that zone defense.
Oh,
good
nice
pass.
Look.
And what a pass from number 3. Smollett gets it into Trevor. He's
bounds, but you know how it goes.
I was always looking for the other guy, Josh.
Smollett's first free throw up and good. To run coming in for his brother Jack.
And that ends the 8-0 run by Portage.
Smollett with the basketball there, but Bo Swartz.
Shamokin.
Just 36 seconds left here in this first quarter. Crossing the timeline or the Mustangs. 26 seconds left here of this district.
Yeah.
And the other team's in a zone.
5 seconds left. 4 seconds. Got to do something quickly. Rainey with the basketball. Ball knocked away. Portage 10, West Shamokin 6 here in this Black Bull Saloon game night on High Top Sports Network.
Portage, very interesting here that we have 5 different scores with 2 points each. So they're definitely moving the ball around and getting what.
Yeah, they've had a couple threes. You know, they've actually had, I think, 4 or 5, and just been unable to cash in, and that hurts them. You know, they'll shoot the 3 a lot.
That is definitely a key to their offense, and they need to really shoot a decent percentage from 3 if they're going to defeat Portage to being trailing.
Yeah.
And, you know, we talked about West Shamokin kind of a slow-starting team more often than not. And, you know, we said as the season went on and the games got bigger, they couldn't afford to do that. And this is one of those rare times you've seen the Wolves trailing after 1 quarter of play, relying a little bit too much on the 3-point time left in this one, and they will have the ball to begin the second quarter.
Man-to-man by Portage. They're going to stick with it. Stick with what's
Mullick in the corner, looking for a screen. He'll get that from Eric Spencer. Picks up his dribble, gets it back to Spencer. Jack.
At the team defense by Portage here, you know, they're really contesting everything, real physical.
Right now, West Shamokin is not getting anything.
Here's Cargo, gets it over to Clark, back to Cargo. He thinks about a deep 3. He had me fooled. Foul on the floor Wolves kind of got confused on the screen, didn't know whether to switch or slip. And Sean McCullough drawing the foul. Dumped inside, almost stealing that one away. Instead, it'll be for Zatek. Nope. It's an air ball picked up by Spencer. Wolves will look to advance the ball up to Trevor Smolik. Long pass. Well guarded. Extra reverse. Justin Smolik. Nice spin dribble in the lane. Loser example of this great Portage defense early on.
The hands. I'm just so impressed with the active hands. Like Doug said, they're not getting
a lot of tough shots.
And not a good sign for Portage as Dimitri Miller, one of their starters, and hobbling off, not able to put pressure on that right ankle. We hope that young man is able to get back out here in this huge game. The senior, he doesn't want to miss this one. Lobbed inside, Trevor Smolik, the recipient, gets it back to the corner where Eric Spencer receives the pass. Backdoor, Bo Swartz.
Wow.
Tough window to put that through, and that will force a jump ball.
Portage playing extremely physical defensively, forcing West Shamokin into backdoor cuts, and it's just not there.
6:51 left here in the first half, and Portage, their defense really the story here early on. The Wolves only scoring 2 points over what really amounts to the last about 5 minutes or more.
Yeah.
And those points, I want to say 1 point, excuse me.
Yeah, Trevor missed the second free throw.
Here's Rainey. Picks up his dribble, quick reversal, drive here, dump inside, great passing again. Rainey goes up with it, he's fouled, and will go to the line. And again, wow, Portage, they're resembling the West Shamokin Wolves that we've seen here throughout this playoff run.
Yeah. I mean, Portage game plan is to get that ball inside because they are passing on their open three looks and looking to attack that basket.
And a lot of passes at that. You saw 4 in what felt like a 4-second span. Coming in for the Mustangs is Mason Cargo. Out goes Kobe Cargo. So a Cargo in for a Cargo.
And Miller is heading to the locker room right now with the shoe off. Not a good sign for Portage.
This free throw there. Ball back to the Wolves. Trevor Smolik grabbing that one. He gets it back here from Bo Swartz.
Well, I guess he didn't make the locker room. He's at the end of the bench.
Spencer hard off the glass. No good. And the Wolves continue to settle for threes right now. None of them are going. Seeing very little of the high-low post look that has been so good for this team throughout the latter part of the regular season and into the playoffs. A large majority of their shots coming from range. Speaking of, here's a shot from range. No good by Cargo. Smolik with the board. Justin this time. Justin Smolik going to put up another 3 for the Wolves. This one rattles out. No good. Rebounded by Cargo. He dances the ball forward. A one-on-one matchup here. Jump stop up and good with Trevor Smolik draped all over him. Caden Clark able to bank that one home. And now the Mustangs up 12-6.
First scorer for Portage to hit more than one basket. Interesting.
What a tough play by Clark, driving with Trevor Smolik draped to his hip and able to hit the off-balance shot.
Look at that.
And just out of control on that dribble. And that's why they didn't get the call. Rainey going baseline, dumps it across, nearly stolen away by Jack McCullough. Mustangs keep the ball. Wide open lane there, up off the glass. Too hard, though. Luckily for the Wolves, Cargo just a little too hard on the release, even though he had the wide open lane. Spin dribble by Bo Swartz, kicks it out. Trevor Smolik's going to pull another 3, and good. Finally for the Wolves, a shot from range, finding the bottom of the basket. It's now 12-9.
Well, Trevor needed to see that one go in, and so did his teammates, I think.
Hopefully that will get the Wolves going here.
Oh,
wow.
What was that?
Strange caroms.
Wow.
Here's a shot from range by Clark. No good, rebounded by Trevor Smolik. And he is stripped of the basketball. That will draw the foul.
I don't recall seeing a single travel being called in this game.
Not yet. That's for sure.
Isaac Ollinger back in the game despite 3 fouls here with 4:10 remaining. Or 3 fouls. I hope I didn't say 4. 3 fouls despite 4 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Well, Coach McCullough's rolling the dice with that. I mean, if Isaac picks up 4, that's bad news.
Good defense there by Cargo on Jack McCullough. He finds a screen, gets it back to Trevor Smolik, who now is guarded by Clark. Skip pass to the corner. Justin Smolik thinks about shooting it. Said he's going to dump it across. Ollinger with the basketball. Another reverse. Smolik with the 3. And good. Trevor Smolik. Back-to-back trays. Tying this one up at 12 all. 3:44 left in this District 6 championship first half.
Exactly what West Shamokin needed. 2 beautiful shots by Smolik.
Got to see it go in, Coach.
Yep. Nice pass.
Down in the block and up and good. Another pass down to the post that finds its way home for Portage. They retake the lead 14-12.
That's twice Portage has found that pass from the top of the key down under the basket.
And you can tell that good ball movement on the perimeters allowing those lanes to open up. Into the post. Ollinger, high post with the basketball. He's going to try to back in his defender, reverse it outside to Swartz. Swartz thinking about driving. He will. He's going to kick it to the corner. Justin Smolik, extra pass. Jack McCullough puts up the 3. Rattles out, no good. Isaac with a second chance. Up and good. Isaac Ollinger with the putback. 14 all.
Those are the hustle plays that we're used to seeing from Isaac. You know, fighting for that position, getting that rebound, and finishing the play.
That's why Coach McCullough keeping him in the game right now with 3 fouls. Plays like that.
Here's a shot from range up and a response from another number 12. This one, Gavin Gauss. He knocks it in. 17-14 Portage.
Balanced scoring by Portage. You just don't know who's going to take that shot.
And the scoring was, I'm sorry, Doug, scoring was at a premium there in that first quarter. Now all of a sudden, both of these teams exploding for 9 points over the last minute or so. Smolik up off the glass, short, no good, gets his own board, put back, up and good. Trevor Smolik, the one-man show here right now, scoring the last 8 points for the Wolves.
Trevor would not be denied there, Joe.
He's also rebounding like a monster right now.
Taking it on himself, arguably the best player on this team. Here's another 3 from Gauss, no good. He made the last one. And ball back to West Shamokin off the hands of Preston Rainey. And a timeout here. Josh, I believe you'd like to thank some folks?
Yeah, media timeout right now. We'd like to thank one of our wonderful sponsors, Carson Boyer Funeral Home in Rural Valley. After losing a loved one, you can trust the funeral directors at Carson Boyer Funeral Home Incorporated to help you celebrate your loved one's life. Their staff has experience planning a variety of funeral services and can assist your family in honoring your loved one, no matter your personal preference, budget, culture, or religion. Carson Boyer Funeral Home Incorporated prides itself on serving the Rural Valley community and surrounding areas with compassion, dignity, and respect.
Also, Josh, while we have the chance, because we have some extended stoppages here for this playoff game, I want to thank Deer Track Golf Club and Event Center. Nestled amongst the pristine farmland and rolling hills between Katanning and Rural Valley, Deer Track Golf Club offers a 9-hole course, driving range, a 2-story event barn. Check out their daily dinner specials, always delicious. Got to try the Italian night there the other day, and make sure you catch the game on the big screen like they have it on there tonight. So make sure, not just a place to get in some cuts and get in some swings, but a place to grab a good sandwich and whatever their week or nightly special is up there at Deer Track Golf Club and Event Center.
We've teed it up once or twice there.
I have, with no shoes on, several times. Just feels better. Just feels right.
Au natural.
And that's why I want to tell you. There's probably people out there like, he's insane. Why does he do that? Don't hate it until you try it.
You also don't use tees, or as our partner Jake DeLuca would call them, pegs.
Yeah, I do not. I do not use tees more often than not. Another strange fact of my golf game that is just a lost cause at this point. What is not a lost cause are these West Shamokin Wolves that they're rallying back here after Trevor Smolik scoring their last 8 points to bring them within one. 17-16, 140 remaining here in the first half. Some long passes here for the Wolves. And an over and back. Oh, they're going to say tipped away.
Got deflected, yeah. 22 for Portage, got a hand on that. Mason Cargo.
Oh.
Miller's ankle seems to be feeling better.
Miller checks back in the game with a huge swat into the Portage fans.
They got him taped up pretty quick. That's heck of a job by the Portage trainer over there. She was ready to jump into action when he went down initially and got him taped up pretty quickly. So
somebody's got to give her a raise.
That's right.
Spencer to inbound, near sideline, gets it into Bo Swartz, loses the handle, trickles over to Justin Smolik. He surveys, picks up his dribble, looks to get an entry pass in. He does, but stepping in front of that pass, well defended, was Andrew Miko. Getting in front of the entry pass inside to Isaac Ullinger, and we've seen Portage do that a couple times here tonight. Dump off, good-looking pass, rolls around, no good. And who else but Trevor Smolik jumping in there to grab that one. Trevor Smolik keeping his team in this one.
Trevor is everywhere in this first half. You know, he brought the Wolves back with that run of his own, rebounding. If Portage doesn't get a handle on Trevor, this could be a long night for the Portage Mustangs.
Maybe that was just Portage's their philosophy coming into this one. Isaac Ullinger up with it and foul, but maybe shut down everybody else and make Trevor beat you single-handedly. You know, you're a coach. You were a coach at one time.
Yeah.
You know, I know playing for my head coach in high school, you'd say maybe the other team's best player, let him get his, and we want to stop the other guys around him.
Portage playing extremely hard on defense. I'm super impressed with what I'm seeing out here.
Isaac Ullinger at the line to shoot two. The senior's first shot up. Line drive, no good.
Got to bend those knees on the free throw.
Yeah.
Ullinger's second shot up, no good as well. So 0 for 2 on that trip. 44 seconds left, advancing it. Here's Rainey. He thinks about shooting, guarded by a fellow number 1, Bo Swartz. Spin dribble, reverses it. Quick crossover there. Dump inside, but no one home.
The no look went out of bounds right there.
I don't know what West Shamokin's shooting percentage is in this first half, but it's got to be low.
Yeah, not good, I would say.
Much better over the last 2 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
Thanks to Trevor Smolik.
Well, just a 1-point game, though, so.
Spencer fadeaway deep on that one. Ullinger there to get it. He puts up the shot. This one knocked away. Coming down with its Bo Swartz. Swats it off of the Portage player, and they're going to say stays here with West Shamokin. What a heads-up play by Bo Swartz.
Well, he tried it earlier. Tried that swat off a Portage player. Got it that time successfully.
Eric Spencer to inbound. Just 13 seconds left here in the second quarter. He gets it into Bo Swartz. Swartz reverses it to McCullough. 10 seconds left.
Could have been a carry there.
Oh, man, we all saw it.
All three of us.
Travel, yep.
There's a travel for you, Coach.
Yep. That's the first travel of the first half. Somehow I think there have been a few more.
Everybody tries that quick stutter step, you know, just to get that extra half a step. And I know they made a real emphasis on calling it this year.
1.7.
Not a lot of time. Shot going to be thrown up here just before the clock sounds and almost goes in.
Oh, man alive.
Just a little long.
And that's how things will end here in the first half of play in this District 6 Class 2A Boys Championship matchup. It is the Portage Mustangs 17, the West Shamokin Wolves 16. For Josh Schreckengoss, Doug Flanders, and myself, Joe Rhodes. We'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors here on High Top Sports Network.
Tired of waiting around for your insurance company to get back to you after a claim? Avoid the trouble and place a face to the name of all your insurance needs. Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, a member of TGIF Solutions, provides a wide range of services and can promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
Our meat crew has our meat cage standing tall. Every day we cut fresh, every single day. We have great quality, we have great prices, You don't want to miss out, so make sure you come down and check us out. And also, look for our Facebook page, #SaveOnMeat. We have a ton of great giveaways every week involving meat. You're not going to want to miss that either. We also have Chef Paul prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesdays, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing on our Facebook page, Sushi Madness shirt. Thanks for all the support out there, everyone. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ryan Bowser in Ford City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Central Cambria High School for this District 6 Class 2A Boys Championship matchup. The number 1 seeded Wolves currently trailing the number 2 seed Portage Mustangs 17-16 here on High Top Sports Network on this Black Bull Saloon telecast. Black Bull Saloon, where the meat meets the grill.
Where the best meat meets the grill.
So,
Well, we had a slow start to this game, but it picked up in the second quarter, led by Trevor Smolik with 9. Kind of got the Wolves going. Isaac Olinger chipped in 4 with his hustle, and Eric Spencer has 3. The Portage stats are much more balanced, 5 being their high scorer, two players with 4 and 2 players with 2. So, West Shamokin, the semifinal there, Joe, Jack, he had one of his best games, and now he is scoreless in the final.
yeah, and my big takeaway and why I think that's the case, I think the team really relied a lot on shooting from range there, especially in that first quarter. And when one guy's not making it and then a couple guys aren't making it, that can be kind of infectious in a bad way. Yeah. And you saw what happened when Trevor Smolik knocked down that first. It gave him a little confidence to knock down the second. But really outside of those 2 threes, not much doing for the Wolves from distance. And as you kind of alluded to there, I think the biggest story of everything is Portage, just the defense of which that they have shown here tonight so far superior, I think, than anything that the Wolves have faced to date.
Yes, I would agree. On a good note, West Shamokin, who shot poorly in that first half, is only trailing by 1 point. So if they can find the range and get it together, this could be a very good outcome for them.
Yeah. Josh, sorry?
No, I was going to say you got to keep an eye on Isaac Olinger. Obviously been in foul trouble in the first half, but Coach Judd McCullough, like I said, rolled the dice and kept Isaac in there, and I think he's providing a formidable presence in the paint right there. He's going against Miller. He's fronting Miller, and he's really not letting the Portage big man get going. So very important to see if Isaac Olinger can stay out of further foul trouble here in the second half.
West Shamokin won that second quarter, Joe, 10-7, after losing the first quarter 10-6. So if the pattern continues, which we know West Shamokin is a second-half team, they could be in good shape.
I think my big takeaway, too, and Doug, we saw this a lot throughout the playoff run, Josh, you as well, is that they really saw a lot of success and I mentioned it briefly there during that first half, that they run that high-low look so well, especially when you put the point guard, Bo Swartz. He's such an excellent passer. When you have that weapon, it's worked so well for them when you have him running that high-post look, drawing the defenders up and finding some more dump-offs. It seems like West Shamokin has settled too much for some long shots, some lower percentage shots. They maybe have to think about going and getting back to that because it certainly worked well for them to date.
Yeah, I think West Shamokin needs to talk at halftime here about spacing the floor a little better as well. Just not a lot of lanes, not a lot of passing looks for West Shamokin in the first half.
They're and I mentioned briefly, they're the two that Portage kind of resembling what we've seen from West Shamokin, moving the ball well around the perimeter, finding the opportunity in the lanes to get that ball inside. We've seen a couple very long passes from outside the arc on the dot to guys on the post. And so that's worked well for them. It just hasn't for the Wolves. They're moving the ball quite well. You've seen a couple more extra skip passes towards the end of that second quarter, some cross-court passes. But I think for the Wolves to get back and come out victorious in this one, they got to continue to move the ball as well as they have throughout the season. And tonight, they have it in brief moments, but not enough, I don't think.
Well, West Shamokin in unfamiliar territory here, trailing going into the second half. Let's see how they respond. I think Homer Center had them down in the second half too, if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the season, early January. But as you said, Joe, they really haven't been tested. The way they're getting tested tonight, of course, they haven't seen anything defensively in the games that we've covered. As they're seeing out of the Mustangs tonight, just a really big commitment by Portage to the team defense, forcing turnovers and contesting every shot, just making things extra difficult for West Shamokin.
Portage is 19-2 on the season, and I can definitely see why.
And it's easy for us, I think, for as many games as we've seen the Wolves take part in to this point. This is definitely, I think, the best team that we've seen them have to face. Give credit to the Penns Manners of the world, the Homer Centers who have faced these Wolves thus far in the District 6 playoffs, but Portage right now just looking like a formidable team capable of winning this game. But I think the Wolves still have a lot to show. I don't think we've seen their full arsenal at 100% here so far.
And, it just takes a little an adjustment. Everything's a little bit quicker,
So just about to get underway here. 2:32 left. Wolves just getting back out in the court now, so an extended conversation between Wolves head coach Judd McCullough and his varsity squad here. What do you think he emphasized, Doug? You're the basketball coach, former basketball coach, now softball guy.
Yeah.
But, what would you have told your team there? What would your big message there be before we're heading back out for the second half?
Quit settling for the threes when they're not dropping. Try to attack that paint. Try to space the floor a little bit better. Look for some passing lanes. Try to create some turnovers in that first half. I mean, West Shamokin was in a press that whole first half, but really didn't create any turnovers out of it.
Yeah, that's a great point that we really hadn't mentioned was the Wolves doing what they did so far and mixing up the defenses, both full court and half court defenses. And, that's kind of yielded them some a little bit of help and created some turnovers.
Try to get some fast break points. I don't think West Shamokin has a fast break point in this game.
That's another great point. I don't recall that either. And how many times do we see Bo Swartz with a dime, almost half-court passes, one-handed, finding a guy in transition? That's not been the case here tonight. But about a minute 24 left before we start the second half, so we're going to take one more quick break before bringing you the second half action of the District 6 Boys Class 2A Championship here on High Top Sports Network, presented by Black Bull Steakhouse and Saloon.
Tired of waiting around for your insurance company to get back to you after a claim? Avoid the trouble and place a face to the name of all your insurance needs. Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, a member of TGIF Solutions, provides a wide range of services and can promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
And welcome back to Central Cambria High School for this Class 2A District 6 Boys Championship matchup between the number 2 seeded Portage Mustangs and the number 1 seed West Shamokin Wolves. Portage, despite that lower ranking, leading by 1 here heading into the third quarter of action here on High Top Sports Network.
Well, right now is where we have seen West Shamokin go on a run. And can they do it here in the third quarter against a team that has obviously given them all they can handle defensively? That's why they play the game.
Right. First few minutes here of this third quarter, huge for both teams. Who is going to take control in this second half?
Wolves will have the ball. Long pass to Trevor Smolik. Going to have to reverse this one. Double team coming his way. Jack McCullough with it. Gets it to Bo Swartz. Back to Trevor Smolik. Another reverse. Up, and just catching that a little too late was Trevor Smolik on the pass from Jack McCullough. Missing that one. Quickly rebounded by Portage. And another open look here going to the rack. Good defense there by the Wolves last second to distract that shot a little bit.
Turnover by West Shamokin. Careless pass. I think it's just the speed of Portage. I just think they're just forcing West Shamokin into things that we have not seen this year.
That is a great point there, Doug. I think that it's more about what Portage is doing and less about the mistakes,
right?
And the level of those mistakes. Wolves in a man-to-man defense. Preston Rainey with the basketball going left, comes to a jump stop, gets a backdoor pass open again in the post there, but misfiring was number 13, Dimitri Miller. Wolves come out with it, 3-on-3, gets it to the corner. Justin Smolik.
He's living dangerously right there.
Yeah.
Olinger going to go baseline, stepping over, up with a shot, partially deflected there by Miller.
You're just not going to get that call today. These officials are letting the teams play.
Fadeaway jumper there, short, rolls around, but shooter's roll falls for Caden Clark. Able to come to that jump stop, absorb a little bit of contact, and shoot the fadeaway. He now has 6 points.
High score for Portage is Clark now with 6.
I believe this is their starting 5, and 10 of the 19 coming from the starting 5. That's 9 points from the bench, and another turnover for the Wolves.
Not the way you want to start this second half, that's for sure.
Driving to the rack, wide open again, mishandling it, but getting it back up and good is Dimitri Miller. And right now, Portage just killing it in the post. The Wolves defense kind of collapsing on the drive, and almost every time it's just wide open on the block.
You can tell that West Shamokin is making an effort now to try to get the ball inside, but the problem is Portage is fronting the post or three-quarter and getting some steals and some fast breaks the other way.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job of that all game, not allowing West Shamokin to get the ball inside.
On the other end, Portage finding some easy looks down low. Some defensive lapses and really just kind of over-anticipating other players on the court, kind of sliding over and leaving some pretty open looks on the block.
Got to get a bucket here right now if you're the Wolves, though.
That was a good timeout by Judd McCullough. He needed to make a timeout and get these Wolves organized.
Portage coming out of the locker room like the more motivated team. Kind of playing with house money when you're the number 2 seed and you're playing against that undefeated squad. Trevor Smolik, high post, pulls up from the free throw line, back rim, no good. Rebounded quickly there by Caden Clark. He gets it, pushes it forward. Rainey with the basketball now, loses the handle. Clark with it again. He's going to dump it inside. Jack McCullough with the foul, yeah. So that will send number 23, Andrew Miko, to the line to shoot 2.
Portage getting everything they want right now. They're looking at that fast break. If it's not there, they're looking inside for that cutter.
First shot up, good by the sophomore Andrew Miko. Miko, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rebounded by the Wolves on the missed second attempt there. Bo Swartz with it now. No one guarding him there for a moment. There's Justin Smolik. Reverse to Trevor Smolik. Thinks about shooting it. Rainey guarding him closely. He's going to get in the lane. Reverse Jack McCullough with the 3. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by Bo Swartz. Kicks it out top. Justin Smolik, extra reverse, another reverse. And the Wolves looking to move the basketball, but again, that Portage defense very quick to recover.
Yeah, Jack trying to get going here.
Good hands right there. Yep. Mason Cargill popped the ball out of Trevor Smolik's hand as he tried to drive left.
Trevor trying to drive the lane, but poked out from behind. Stays here with West Shamokin. 5:14 left in the third quarter.
I don't know what the biggest deficit the Wolves have faced this year, but they're down 6 at this point.
Pretty sure it was 5 or 6 against Homer early in the year.
Runner no good by Trevor Smolik, looking to take a charge
nice
there.
Pass.
Was Cargo up ahead again, and another easy bucket to start this second half for Portage. They now take an 8-point lead, 24-16.
7-0 run to start the third quarter here for the Mustangs.
West Shamokin still has not scored in this second half.
Smolik with it, looking to set a screen for Jack McCullough, getting around it quickly. Smolik up with it again. Foul and good. What a hanging shot there by Trevor Smolik. He'll go to the line and try to complete the three-point play. 4:31 left, third quarter.
Go to your horse.
Yeah,
You're struggling
exactly.
scoring, go to your horse.
I was going to say the exact same thing right there, Coach. Trevor Smolik playing like a one-man wrecking crew out here, trying to single-handedly keep his team in this ball game.
And he has. He is now at 11 points, and they only have 18.
All season long, this team's prided itself on having a lot of players that can step up and be that guy like Jack McCullough was in the last game. But right now, looks like it's Trevor Smolik, and Trevor Smolik only wheeling his team in this one. He knocks down the free throw and make this a 24-19 Portage lead with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
2-2-1 press by West Shamokin.
To the middle. Shot in the court. Rainey's going to put up a three from corner and knocks it down. Preston Rainey, the senior from range. 27-19 Portage. And they're going to call a push-off on Bo Swartz.
Illegal screen.
Oh, excuse me, yeah.
Ezek.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Oh, they got Ezek only for 3 up there.
I thought earlier that he had 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Maybe a correction, at the scorer's table, but still.
Portage, their largest lead of the ball game, up by 8. Here's a shot in traffic and good. Hand in his face, but able to knock it down was Caden Clark. Portage up by double digits, 29-19.
Some sharp shooting by Portage here to start the second half.
Jack McCullough looking to go baseline. He gets the edge, goes up off the glass, and almost completes the basket despite the foul. Instead, he'll go to line and shoot 2. 3:43 left in the third quarter.
We're going to have a media timeout here.
Yeah, while we do, Josh, you want to thank some friends of ours?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks to Schulteis Roofing Incorporated. Schulteis Roofing Incorporated has been installing commercial low-sloped and sloped roofing systems for over 23 years and has evolved to become one of the most experienced roofing contractors in the state of Pennsylvania. Your number one choice in commercial roofing services, contact Schulteis Roofing Incorporated today at 412-828-7192. Schulteis Roofing Incorporated, here for all your commercial roofing needs. I'd also like to thank A.E. Rican Welding Company. A.E. Rican Welding Company would like to wish the Wolves all the best on the hardwood this season and send their steadfast support to all West Shamokin winter sports teams and athletes. For all your commercial welding and fabricating needs, contact Jeff or Drew Rican at 724-783-7878 today.
Doug, I don't know much about welding, do you?
No, not particularly.
And we don't either, but we know who we'd go to if we needed it, and that's, of course, A.E. Rican Welding. As I always say, if you need 2 big hunks of metal just permanently put together, meant to stay forever, you go to A.E. Rican Welding. Just permanently fused.
To last into eternity.
All right, West Shamokin facing a double-digit deficit probably for the first time all season.
Especially, I would venture to say, especially this late in the game, only 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Jack McCullough trying to bring it back to single digits here at the line. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, Jack at the line. Hopefully, this will get him the stroke and get him going.
Well, West Shamokin has not been all that great from the free throw line today, and oh man, I jinxed them. Come on, Coach. That's my bad right there. Commentators jinx as Jack misses. You know, they've struggled from the line tonight, and those points are so precious right now.
McCullough's second one true.
And he's on the board.
So 20-29. And yeah, Doug, you just mentioned Jack McCullough's first point of the ball game. 3:35, pulling a 3 is Portage, no good.
Ooh.
Justin Smolik with the board. That was a quick shot there
Yeah,
for Portage, something we haven't seen from them thus far.
No.
You know what they say about those, Coach? Heat check.
We had one of those in the semifinal.
McCullough with it, looking for a screen. He gets one from Smolik.
Wow, look at this.
Portage
There's
defense.
just nothing there.
Smolik up with it, off the glass, and a little contact. He gets back his own board, and good. Trevor Smolik getting his own rebound, putting it up and in, cutting into this Portage lead, now 29-22. Foul called on the floor. We'll see who this one goes against.
Smolik's got a game-high 13 right now, and I would love to see those rebound numbers because he's doing it on both ends, offensively and defensively.
Foul goes against Eric Spencer on that one. It's his first. Dribble drive left-handed, up with it. And another foul on the floor, so they've let a lot of plays go here so far, letting the guys play through contact, but 2 quick fouls against Eric Spencer, almost identical to each other.
Caden Clark is very shifty out there, and he was able to draw that contact. Nice pass.
And another player getting behind the Wolves defense, up and in for another basket. That's just been there all night long for the Mustangs.
30-second timeout by Portage right here. Up 9, 2:32 left in the third quarter.
The Mustangs doing a great job, as I said there before the timeout, just getting behind that West Shamokin defense, and when they get it, they're making it. Nine-point advantage for the number 2 seeded Mustangs. Wolves trying to get back in this one and win their first District 6 championship. Trying to match the one that the boys golf team had just a couple months ago.
Yeah, the girls volleyball team as well.
Yep, that's true. Stripped away there by Rainey. What a defensive play in the open court. He's going to go up with it, absorbs contact off the glass, and good. Just not missing right now are the Mustangs. Preston Rainey off the glass and good. 33-22. Portage leading. Backdoor pass, Wolves, gets in the corner. Eric Spencer's going to put up a 3. Rattles around, no good. Outside of Trevor Smolik, these West Shamokin shooters just can't get anything to fall from range. Trevor Smolik gets the rebound. He's going to try to push it through traffic. No numbers here. Jack McCullough puts up a 3. Good.
Huge bucket.
His first three-pointer of the game after knocking down 7 in the semifinal round. Brings the Wolves back within 8.
Coach, you try to bleed this last minute 20 off the clock here if you're Portage?
Well, yeah, if you don't get an easy look, but right now they're just getting everything they want.
Oh, man.
And Rainey does it again in traffic, just like the last one, up and good. Back to a 10-point lead.
Another one for,
McCullough's going to get the lane, reverse it, kick it outside. Here's Trevor Smolik, mid-range jumper up, rolls around, and no good. The shooting woes outside of what Trevor Smolik.
And now they're going to take the air out of the ball.
44 seconds left of this third quarter. Portage leading 35-25.
Oh, unless you have a... Wow. Portage holding for last shot.
18 seconds left. Caden Clark with the basketball, reverses it to Rainey, who's made some circus shots, looking for one more here. He's going to pull up, shoot the 3, front rim no good, rebounded by Bo Swartz, one-hand throw, well short. And the Mustangs add to their lead coming into the half, putting outscoring the Wolves by 9 in that quarter to take a 35-25 lead heading into the final 8 minutes of play, guys.
Portage with a big 18 points in that third quarter.
Yeah, and the Wolves obviously struggling offensively. We've talked about it for 3 quarters. Obviously their lowest offensive output of the season so far.
Yeah, just 25 points. I'd like
and
to know
this
what
is a team, I'm sorry, Joe, this is a team that we've seen drop 70 pretty regularly.
Yeah, 10 points is not insurmountable, but when you only have 25, it's going to be tough.
Got to keep chopping wood right here in the fourth quarter, and you got to make every look count. They've had a couple go in and out from different spots on the floor, and West Shamokin's going to need those to drop if they're going to come back in this one.
Need to create some easy baskets that just has not been there in this game.
And then while the Wolves have not had too many easy looks, they've given up too many easy ones on the opposite end. Portage, especially in that quarter, getting behind the Wolves defense, as we mentioned, and getting some easy looks close to the basket. And that's really why they've been able to, or were able to mount the third quarter lead that they did, now up 10.
Trevor with 13 points, but I mean, he has worked hard for those 13 points.
Portage obviously not going to be in too much of a hurry here with a 10-point lead.
Wow.
Another pass with no one around. Mason Cargo with a beautiful no-look dish, bounce pass, and another one of those easy looks for Portage.
Looked like the old Princeton offense right there. Just knew his teammate would be there.
Trevor in traffic, fighting off contact. Luckily for him, he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Trevor doing everything he can to keep West Shamokin in this game.
First shot up by Smolik, good.
See, I didn't say anything about that free throw. I thought about it.
Smolik's second attempt, front rim, no
geez.
good. The Wolves, again, missing those opportunities, as Josh said earlier, at the free throw line.
Can't even blame you that time, Josh.
Ball knocked around, somehow coming back to Rainey. Looked like the Wolves might have caught a break, but just an unlucky bounce. 37-26, Rainey in the lane, runner up off the glass, no good, rebounded by Ollinger. Gets it out to post. Swartz, maybe a possibility for a basket in transition.
And there's
Sean
one.
McCullough up
There's
off the glass,
one.
and good, possibly the first of this game. Bo Swartz finding Sean McCullough for an easy basket. Back down to a 37-28 Portage advantage. 6:49 left, fourth quarter.
Finally, something easy on the offensive end for West Shamokin.
And ball knocked out of bounds. Referee and crew going to say it's going to stay here with Portage. Clark, wide open lane, going up with the left hand, no one home. Easy pickings there for Caden Clark. Gets to the rack and good. Clark now with 12 points. And a foul on the other end against number 22, I believe. Mason Cargo committing that one.
Yeah, Clark and Rainey have been lights out tonight for Portage.
Very impressive. Both that guard combination. Now that is, well, that's fourth foul.
Yeah, whoever just got subbed out there didn't get a look at it. Trevor Smolik. And out of bounds. Just nothing doing on those looks in the post for West Shamokin right now.
And that's a miscommunication between Trevor and Ezek right there. Ezek cutting inside. Trevor trying to dump it to him on the block. And just out of bounds.
Time not necessarily in the Wolves' favor here. 6 minutes. And they trail by 11.
They need to try to create some turnovers here. They gotta. Portage is tough to defend because they have all these guards.
We haven't even really seen Portage go to the line too often here tonight either. They're just making hay from the field right now.
We're watching 5 guards spread the offense, run motion, and get an easy basket, basically.
And Portage just content with moving the ball. They're in no hurry here. They just burn off about 45 seconds just like that off the clock. The Wolves going to have to do something else here. Getting in the lane, though, up and fouled. That's number 23, Andrew Miko.
Yeah, take 45 seconds off the clock and get yourself to the foul line.
That foul's going to go against Sean McCullough. Nico's first shot, no good. So welcome sight there for the Wolves. .5:26 left. Miko, second shot up and good. 40-28. Mustangs ahead. 5:25 left. Skip pass over to Jack McCullough. Thinks about shooting it. Instead tries to go baseline. Dumps it into Trevor Smolik, but another turnover forced by Portage. And just a ferocious effort on defense right now by Portage. Just can't say anything else.
Yeah, they're in perfect help side defensively. You know, West Shamokin trying to get the ball into Trevor, and it's a very difficult pass.
While we have a chance here, I'd like to again thank our friends over at B&E Powder Solutions, Inc., with locations in Shalakta and Roaring Spring. B&E Powder Solutions Incorporated is a leader in spray foam insulation, polyurethane coating systems, and containment systems, and has proudly partnered with Hearth to provide their clients with plenty of financing options. See your personalized monthly payment options within minutes without affecting your credit score. There are no prepayment penalties and no home equity is required. Just fill out the form on their website, BEPSINC.com, or call Justin Elkin today at 724-840-5204. Back to the action here, 5-minute mark. Portage with the basketball. Second half,
Nice
they've just
pass.
taken over, and another easy look on the block by the Mustangs. That's been how they've just built this lead in the second half, getting easy looks. Justin Smolik, he's going to put up a three. No good. Trevor Smolik with another board. Extra pass. Eric Spencer puts up the three. No good. Bo Swartz gets the board. He's fouled.
They're just not going down.
No.
And we worried about that. We watched
Yeah.
this team shoot threes and win games even when they didn't have their best from range.
Yep.
A team like Portage is going to make you pay if you're not shooting from a high percentage.
I wondered how West Shamokin was going to shoot, getting out of the inside their own gymnasium. And we've definitely seen a difference here.
Eric Spencer to inbound, gets Jack McCullough up with it, and he is fouled. So he'll go to the line and shoot two with the clock stopped. Always a promising sight for a team trailing by 14 with 4:38 to go. McCullough's first shot up good. McCullough's second free throw attempt up and good as well. One of the few times we've seen the Wolves knock down both of their free throw attempts.
West Shamokin now in a full man-to-man 100.
4:29 left. Clark with the basketball.
Portage content to spread the floor, run their motion offense with their 5 guards. Very tough to defend.
Another dump down inside. Pulling it out this time was Kobe Cargo. And as Doug just said, Portage in no hurry here. Just burning clock. 4-minute mark.
Oh, Rainey wants to shoot.
Yep. They're just very well disciplined. You know, passing on okay shots to get excellent shots.
And missing the shot. Good defense there by Bo Swartz. He's going to get back the pass here. Gets it in the corner. Eric Spencer's going to put up the three. Good!
There's one.
They got to have it.
Much needed there by Eric Spencer. Back down to a single-digit lead, 42-33 with 3:32 left.
Quick timeout by Coach McCullough as soon as that ball went through the hoop. Saving every second right now.
Spencer now with 6 points after knocking that one down. Just one of those threes that have been few and far between.
Ezek checking back into the game
With his 4 fouls, so.
look for West Shamokin to bring out some type of trap.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that you bring Ezek in at this point with those 4. Does he have 4 fouls? I thought he did. Maybe not.
I don't know. Whenever we thought he got his 4th foul, the board said 3.
Again, we always say on the broadcast, we're not math guys.
I'm certainly not a
Hey,
math
wait
guy.
a minute.
Well, you're Doug Flanders. Your profession is mathematics, so the rest of us, though, whether it's Josh, myself, or our guy Jake DeLuca watching from back home at the studio and making sure everything goes correctly here for us, we're not math guys. We're words guys.
Except for Coach Flanders.
Interesting to see what the Wolves do here. Probably a man-to-man, Doug, like you saw there a moment ago and you mentioned.
Yep. And let's see what they do.
Quick foul there by Trevor. Is that 7?
That is 6.
6?
And then we have a timeout.
Yeah, media timeout here. So we will take a quick timeout here, too, on this Black Bull Steakhouse and Saloon game night on High Top Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Tired of waiting around for your insurance company to get back to you after a claim? Avoid the trouble and place a face to the name of all your insurance needs. Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, a member of TGIF Solutions, provides a wide range of services and can promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance. Stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ryan Bowser in Ford City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Central Cambria High School. 3:30 left here in this District 6 Class 2A Boys Championship matchup between Portage and West Shamokin. Wolves trailing by 9, 42-33. Little time left. The Wolves going to have to come up with a big defensive effort here over the last few minutes to claw this one out, win their first district championship, and punch a ticket to the PIAA tournament. Quick foul here. Jack McCullough fouling number 2, Kobe Cargo, so he'll go to the line and shoot at least 1. 2 if he makes the first, of course, or in the bonus.
West Shamokin's going to be extremely aggressive defensively, try to get some steals on defense. 1-1.
Cargo puts up the first shot, rattles around, no good. Trevor Smolik with a big board, so just how the Wolves had hoped it would transpire. Bo Swartz kicks out the corner. Eric Spencer puts up the 3. Quick shot, no good. Quick there, and fouled immediately was number 4, Caden Clark. That's a tough shot. It looked like Eric just kind of barely had a good even grip on it and put that shot up quickly.
Yeah, he wanted to get rid of that thing as soon as he got it and just didn't have a good grip on it.
Figure they're gonna live by the 3. They're gonna die by the 3. Why quit shooting them now?
And West Shamokin's going to play the foul game here. Hopefully get some more misses on these 1-1s.
Clark standing at the line. Puts up the
and
first
it works
one.
to perfection again.
So here's Bo Swartz again. He's going to have a chance here. Kicks to the corner. Extra pass. Trevor Smolik's going to put up the 3 this time. That one's off. Rebounded. Wolves' second chance opportunity. Justin Smolik going to go up off the glass. Rolls around. No good. Trevor Smolik with the board. He puts it in. 2:57 left. 42-35. So just a 7-point game now. Trevor Smolik has 16. And nearly knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to stay here with Portage, nearly off the knee of number 13, Dimitri Martin, thanks to the hustle by Jack McCullough, but just unable to come up with it there.
Almost able to get that turnover that they've been looking for.
If the Wolves are able to score on that last possession, they did score the last one, the one prior where Spencer put up the 3.
Portage doing them a favor, missing 2 front end to 1-on-1s, attempt at the 1-on-1 here.
The third different person so far to shoot the 1-and-1. This time it's going to be Andrew Miko. Miko with 3 points so far. Next, this shot. Justin Smollett gets the board. 2:36 left, 43-5. Almost an errant pass there. Able to corral Jack McCullough. Gets it over to Trevor Smollett, and a blocking foul going against Preston Rainey.
Not a good foul there to take by Portage.
So points with the clock stopped is always a coach's dream.
Exactly what you need if West Shamokin. Get to that line with the clock stopped. Chance for West Shamokin to cut this lead to 6. Closest they've been in a while. If he can knock both of these down.
Trevor Smollett good on the first. We'll have one more. Just 2 minutes for one last outburst. Try to claim a spot as District 6 champion.
Oh.
And Trevor misses the free throw. 36, 2:20 left here. Oh, Spencer almost knocking that one away. And shoot the 1-and-1. No, I'm sorry, it'll be a double bonus. The Wolves have had their chances.
Especially from that free throw line. I mean,
Well, not just that, Josh, but given the opportunities, the two missed 1-and-1 so far for Portage. Wolves only getting one basket out of that, missed that quick three that they took there, and as you said, missing the free throws on the opposite end as well.
Another timeout.
Full timeout here with 2:13 left. Josh, anybody in particular you'd like to say hello to and say thank you for being a part of High Top Sports Network?
well, I'd like to say hi to my mom. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I would like to say hi to my mom, but
Hey, Deb.
we'd like to thank TGIF Solutions, the official social media sponsor of High Top Sports Network and the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency, the Brad Johnson Agency, the Vody Agency, and McMahon Brothers Insurance, and they can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. TGIF Solutions specializes in all types of insurance: auto, home, family, business, farm, and commercial. Visit tgif.solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance that's right for you now and in the future.
We thank the folks at Shellhammer Atwood Associates, more specifically TGIF Solutions, for their support throughout this entire season for all the Armstrong County squads that we cover. Might be looking at the end of basketball season here if the Wolves are not able to turn this one around. Just 2:13 left, and they trail by 8 points.
Still time, though.
Yep.
I hope for some more good fortune and misses by Portage at the charity stripe, because they're going to be shooting a lot more.
They're in a double bonus now, so Portage is shooting 2 every time.
And knocking down that one was Preston Rainey. He's had a great night. Goes Swartz. Spin dribble, dishes it off to Justin Smollett. Cutting off that baseline. Put up the three. Air ball, no good. Trevor Smollett
Guess
again.
who?
Left hand, no good. Can't corral that one. Bo Swartz gets this one back. Up off the glass, no good. And nothing doing there by
The sequence that was. West Shamokin point blank attempt after attempt.
driving lane, swatted away, but a second chance opportunity, and making good on it is number 13, Dimitri Miller. Lead back up to 11 for Portage. Trevor Smollett, deep three. Battles around, no good.
I mean, Trevor got whacked on the follow-through there, no whistle.
And that felt like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
That last basket after the missed sequence. That
And Rainey heading to the line for 2 more.
felt like it buttoned it up. That's taking nothing. They just got outplayed here tonight by Portage.
Tremendous season. Phenomenal what they've done.
I can't remember how many easy baskets the Wolves have gotten.
Very impressive what Portage was able to do against the undefeated, high-powered West Shamokin team.
Rainey missing the second there, and spray foam insulation, polyurethane coating systems, and containment systems, and has proudly partnered with Systems. BEPSINC.com to find out your financing options today, or call Jason Elkin at 724-840-5204. And good.
Full court press, all out assault here for West Shamokin.
Back over to Cargo, back to Clark. Here's numbers, a three on
Oh,
One.
great play by Rain.
Up right there. It's like a first baseman move.
He must play baseball while he's at it.
Sure, he's excited to keep playing some basketball here. In the meantime, Caden Clark will go to the line and shoot two. He knocks down the first. Back up to 10. And good on the second. Now 50-39. Rolls around and doesn't go in. And a long lob. Able to save it. Getting it is Jack McCullough. Gets it free. No good. Back rim. Rebounded by Clark. He's quickly fouled with 33.9 seconds.
Yeah, this was just a case of West Shamokin not being able to get the shots to fall.
And that will send a hockey line change to the scorer's table. 5 in and 5 out after this first free throw attempt. Guys that have just made this a special, special season at West. And
well-deserved standing ovation from both sides, both of these teams.
A lot of hugs. I'm sure there'll be a lot of tears.
Yeah.
Now, coming in tonight, I told you my last basketball game was played here as well. And a great senior class looking at that bench. You got Isaac Ollinger, Justin Smolik, Jack McCullough, Vince Buffone, Eric Spencer right there sitting right in front of you. Sean McCullough knocked out of bounds.
The Mustangs, they have played an excellent game tonight and came in here and knocked off the previously undefeated Wolves. Great defensive effort. Clark and Rainey were awesome offensively for Portage, and just a better.
Doesn't matter if you have the size. Portage played with 5 guards out on the floor, but that defense was so scrappy, and just to hold West Shamokin 9.
Yeah.
And that will do it. The final. The Portage Mustangs 52, the West Shamokin Wolves 39 in this district, and play the District 10 winner in the first round of the PIAA championships. The guys,
yeah, it just West Shamokin didn't have the shooting touch today. I mean that led to a lot of it, and those Portage guards were so lightning quick
tonight. And as you said once during the broadcast, also Doug. They couldn't get the ball into the paint.
Yeah.
The way Portage was playing defensive, the commitment to team defense, just fantastic tonight by the Mustangs. And it's a shame to see West Shamokin go down. We followed them all year.
Yeah.
But, you know, all credit to Portage. They were the better team tonight.
Yes, they were. It was a special season for West Shamokin, though. This one will be remembered.
Yeah, and, you know, Josh, you made the point that we're objective. You know, we have to call it like it is. And, you know, early on in that game, it just seemed like West Shamokin was just settling too much for difficult, low percentage game. I think what really hurt them and what helped Portage kind of run away with this one was just finding those looks on the post. The Wolves' defense, that's really what really hurt West Shamokin in the second half.
A devastating third quarter against West Shamokin, being outscored 18-9. It's hard to recover.
Yeah, I think they were down 14 early in the fourth quarter too, Doug.
Yeah.
And that's just too much to come back from.
So we're going to stay here. Hopefully we will have a chance to talk to West Shamokin head coach, talk to those young men, but just a tough way to lose. You know, and it's not the game you want to fill the taste of defeat for the first. So many games where they had reached running clock, and you need, of course, a 30-point lead to do that. And we always wondered, you know, not getting tough, would that eventually come back and bite the Wolves? And you got to wonder that. It's a question I'll have for Coach McCullough. Do you feel like, you know, not seeing a team like Portage throughout the regular season really hurt you guys a lot of times? And really no team gave them the kind of defensive look that Portage did tonight, and you got to wonder.
This is difficulties for West Shamokin.
Let's hear from the assistant coaches. Gene Zatek. And let's hear from the head coach, Travis Christian Brady. Number 2, Kobe Marco. Number 3, Peyton Zatek. Number 13, Dimitri Miller.
Portage able to raise a District 6 trophy, denying the Wolves of their first Districts championship in boys basketball. What a neat story it would have been if Judd McCullough and the boys could have pulled it out here tonight. He won a District 6 championship back in the fall for the golf team. Of course, Josh, you made it correct, looking to make it 3 in 2 seasons, but Portage denying them of that.
Gymnasium there, but just wasn't to be tonight. Portage just too strong.
For Frank Nagy letting me know the Penns Manor Comets on the girls' side of this bracket up 13-9, oh my, against United. So Penns Manor, after making it to the District 6 championship a year ago and then their state playoff run by the COVID pandemic, looking to make up for it this season and win a District 6 championship. They're a couple minutes away from doing that against United. 2 Heritage teams there. We had a Heritage team tonight.
Yeah.
No other way to slice it. They had, I think, a better game plan. They executed better. They had fewer mental lapses. The defense was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Better than one that I've seen probably all season long.
Will be interesting to see how Portage does in this state tournament.
And they're going to have likely the tough Kennedy Catholic out of District 10. I mean, that's not set in stone yet, but if I were a betting man, I would probably bet on Kennedy Catholic in that matchup, or that in that bracket, excuse me. And that'll be the likely team that Portage would face, and that would be on the 20th of this month. And we hope to bring you Coach McCullough and maybe one of his players if he's able. Talk about suffering defeat, you know. Doug, and I have to ask you as a coach, do you think the Wolves would have, obviously it's so hard to say now, maybe feeling a loss, or of course we talk about being tested like Portage was able to do tonight, but maybe just even suffering a loss and getting that off their back. Do you think that's something that might even help them in a game like this?
Yeah, it's all that old adage, you know, would you rather lose one before the playoffs? You know, we see it in football with the Patriots going undefeated and losing in the Super Bowl. You know, you talk about those 16-0 seasons in football, and I never want to lose. You know what I mean? But it hurts. You know, when you lose, it hurts.
You know, we've covered West Shamokin primarily this year, as far as we haven't got to see Portage live, and what a treat it was getting to see this Mustangs team tonight, because they played just a all-around team game. You know, obviously that Preston Rainey, he really stood out tonight, along with Caden Clark. Yeah. To give credit to Dimitri Miller, took that little spill there, rolled his ankle, it looked like, and was out quickly. And as soon as he made it back on the court with that big swat, so just guy after guy on this team. Kobe Cargo, Peyton Zatek, a couple guys coming off the bench and doing big things for them. Mason Cargo and Andrew Myko. I think it was coming out of halftime. I don't know if it was halftime or the first halftime, I believe it was. They had 19 points. Only 10 of those were from their starters. They had 9 points off the bench, did the Portage Mustangs. So really just the definition of balance, and it was just something fun to watch out of that team tonight.
Yeah, they were able to put this game away in the third quarter. The third quarter is what sealed the fate. You know, there was a 1-point game at halftime. Could have gone either way. Give credit to Portage.
It's one team. You always feel the emotions of both sides. It's great to see those smiles on the faces of those Portage kids. There's Rainey embracing with his father right there, it looks like. And, it's always great to see that side of things. That's the beauty of sport. But you know what the guys in that other locker room are feeling right now, and it's the polar opposite of what we're seeing out there with all the fans in their green garb. It's a total different experience of what the guys in white are feeling right now. And also, too, while we have a chance, I'd like to quickly thank Ray Blystone, West Shamokin Athletic Director, who not just in the fall, or not just this season, winter sports season playoff run, helping us greatly in the fall, get to some of the girls volleyball playoff games as well, and being instrumental in what we've been able to do this basketball season out at West Shamokin. Their girls, of course, having a great year as well, just falling short in the Heritage Conference Championship. And both of those teams, so much fun to watch. And we thank Ray Blystone at West Shamokin, the athletic director over there, for helping make it all possible for us, along with some other folks in the Heritage Conference that welcomed us into their gymnasiums. It's just been a joy to cover these teams. It's really been a joy to watch basketball this season as well.
Yeah.
It's been such a joy being able to watch basketball this winter, especially after, how the last season ended abruptly. The state playoffs canceled, and it looks like everybody's going to be able to play basketball until through the state championships here this year, and that's just a great sight. And we're just so grateful for all the schools. Obviously, we'd like to thank Armstrong High School as well, Freeport High School for doing the same kind of things with us, making it possible for us to bring this action to you during this time where capacity is limited and maybe some folks just don't even want to take the chance of coming into a gymnasium like this. And we've been able to provide a service that we're very proud of, and we've been fortunate to share with you. And you folks out there have made it a really good time, and we've gotten some great feedback, and we're very thankful for all of you that tune in nightly here on High Top Sports Network, especially tonight on this Black Bull Steakhouse and Saloon game night.
And thanks also to all the schools that allowed us in on the road. When we were covering Armstrong, Freeport, and West Shamokin, I can think of several schools off the bat. Special thanks to Central Cambria also for allowing us in here to broadcast this District 6 championship game tonight. It's a team effort, Doug. We're able to provide this service. We try to put together a professional broadcast every night, but it's a team effort. Those administrators and coaches from the road schools have been super helpful to High Top Sports Network as well. So a big thanks to them for helping make our basketball season a successful one. And thanks to you, sir, for joining us on the mic. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for letting me be a part of this. I've had a blast doing this. Can't wait to see you guys outside here for the spring.
Yeah, we'll be covering your Lady Riverhawks on the diamond. I know we talked a bit on the way up here. We're obviously all basketball guys. The three of us, me, you, and Joe, all played in high school, but we're also baseball guys too, and softball as well. So looking forward to getting outdoors. Hopefully the weather holds up like it did today, and we don't have any of those late March 35-degree games with the wind whipping up on top of the hill there.
Yeah, I don't know how well the rain and snow will take with this equipment here.
Yeah, right? That's got to be a great feeling for these kids for Portage. They got the medals on, they're taking photos, and I got some friends in here. Obviously, a limited capacity. Their student section wasn't as big as it normally would have been, I assume, for this evening. As same with West Shamokin, but Portage getting a chance.
Yeah, they were a senior-laden team as well there, Josh. I think 4 of their 5 starters were seniors, so
yeah.
Nice graduating class there for Portage.
Point lead, and just make it too difficult for West Shamokin to come back in this one, and that's a product of these guys playing together about yay high. You know what I mean? Away quickly.
Our meat crew has our meat case standing tall. Every day we cut fresh. Every single day we have great quality. We have to look for our Facebook page, #SaveOnMeat. We have a ton of great giveaways every week. And below with meat, you're not going to want to miss that either. Chef prepared, chef. Thanks for all the support out there, everyone. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see.
A member of TGIF Solutions promptly provide the service you expect when you need it most. The team at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates has expertise in all lines, including home, auto, life, business, and stop in at Shellhammer Atwood & Associates, located at 331 Arthur Street in West Katanning, for a quote today.
Your surprisingly great rates? Okay.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ryan Bowser in Ford City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to Central Cambria High School. Portage this evening, and I think we're waiting still for West Shamokin head coach Judd McCullough to the locker room. I saw some bus. And Joe Rhodes, intrepid reporter that he is, down there staking out the locker room. And Coach McCullough. Yep.
Getting to watch you guys, but it's never fun talking about the end, but describe how the end came here tonight.
You know, it's unfortunate. It's kind of broken. You know, you're broken hearted for the kids because in a normal year we're going on to play in the PIAA and getting enough. But you know, it is what it is. We're just, you know, on the flip side, we're super